Alright, we're starting part 3 of our biplane with snow skis. Alright, as you can see here, I already cut out our snow skis out of our plans. And you'll see I got score lines here. Once you cut these pieces out, they're just straight cuts. The score lines are here. In which, after you score those lines, you just take your pen and run it down your score lines. And after you do that, it'll give you that space needed in between there to bend these up like this. I did the same with the other ski. This is our main snow ski. As you can see, it'll bend up like that. I'm going to go ahead and just hot glue in between the score lines. I just go ahead and hit all of them, bend it up where I need it, and just run your finger across to get any of that excess glue off there. Just let that set up for a second. So now it'll hold its position. I'm going to do the same thing to the littler ones. Do this last one. Go ahead and make sure these are both identical. Alright, so now we got all our skis cut out. Now here we got our wing ski mounts. And here I cut out the ones for a 9x5 prop. And you can also cut out the ski mounts for a 10x5 prop. So they're both identical, one's just a little taller than the other. But these are just straight cuts. And I'll also show you, these are the mounts for the skis themselves. This will mount on to the airframe here, in which, now you can hot glue this on, or you can use some clear packing tape to cover this whole piece. After you paint it, of course, you're going to want to paint your plane. But I usually go ahead and paint these pieces. And also, when you paint your skis, I would go ahead and foam safe glue all your edges. Go ahead and foam safe glue all the way around all the edges of your skis, all the way around. And then once you glue all this together, put a nice thick coat of paint, so that way it makes them all waterproof. But I'm not going to use zip ties to install this. I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue it, just to give you an idea. Like I said, you could go ahead and once you paint this and clear tape it, then you can poke your holes through it to use zip ties to mount it on there. But I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue mine on. And this piece here is your main upper ski mount, which you can see on the plans right here. Main upper ski mount. You can see the zip tie holes. So once you got that hot glued on, I'll take and run some hot glue here. And this will be where you attach your main ski mount. That way it makes it nice and flush right here. Now if you were going to use the zip ties like I showed you, you would have just zip tied this piece on and then hot glued this one onto it. So that way if you wanted to remove this whole ski mount setup, you just cut your zip ties, take off the main ski. That way if you want to do some 3D flying without snow skis on there. Now we're going to take our main wing ski mounts. Now these here are in case you wanted to make it to where these mount on your plane and then be able to take them off. You can see these are your just some ski mounts that they would actually go like this, in which you would poke 4 holes through there with a poker stick and then use zip ties to attach it on there. That's if you want to make them removable. But I'm just going to make mine where they set on there. Just going to hot glue them on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just always make sure you use a generous amount of hot glue. Just going to center it on here. Make sure it's nice and straight. I like to butt it up to right where the first bend is on your ski. Just like that. So you're definitely going to want to mount your skis on your pieces first before you CA glue all this. And like I said, you're going to want to CA glue all the way around your skis. It'll stop water or anything from getting in between the foam and the paper. And then once you CA glue all the way around that, then you can take and paint this with whatever color paint you're going to do, and it'll make it nice and watertight. Alright, let's go ahead and do the other one. Here I just butt it up to the first bend. Make sure it's nice and straight. let's go ahead and mount our main ski on here. I'm just going to use a good amount of hot glue. And again, you're just going to butt it up toward the front, center it. Then I'd like to take and put it on the ground and stand it up nice and straight. So there you have your main ski. Now for your main ski mount, for the 9x5 prop, you would cut on this line here. If you're going to use a 10x5 prop, you'd want to cut out the whole piece. The same with these. If you're going to use a 10x5 prop, these are the wing ski mounts, you would use these ones. These are the 9x5 prop. Alright, so we'll go ahead and... Now I like to install these skis right underneath the... I'll show you right here. I like to install them right underneath the wing struts. Just like that. And you're going to want to push them right to the front of the wing. So we'll go ahead and do that. And again, guys, use a nice generous amount of hot glue anytime you're gluing these pieces together. I'm just going to line it up with my wing strut. Center it really nice. Let that set up for a second. There we got our snow skis for our wings. Go ahead and install the other one. Again, I'm just going to place it right underneath the wing strut. Make sure it's nice and straight and centered. So there we got our snow skis attached. That'll allow, if you're playing, to tilt back and forth a little bit. So remember, guys, when you guys install all this, make sure you CA glue around the piece, all around the edges. I mean, you can even go ahead and then paint them, and if you wanted to even go a step further, you could clear tape all the skis. But I find if you just make sure you CA glue around each ski, around the outer edge, it keeps water out from getting in between the foam and the paper, and then plus after the paint you apply, Usually it'll make them pretty much waterproof. Alright you guys, now to install your brushless motor on these planes, I just went ahead and mounted mine right on the nose. Now you could also, if you got a bigger motor, you could also cut in here and put like a wooden motor mount block in there. And I've seen guys do that. Most of the time I'll just mount my brushless motor right on the front with 4 screws and some hot glue. Now guys, once you get all your plans assembled, you'll have all your servos installed already, of course. And as you can see here, you can see where I got my servos installed for my tail, the elevator. Now you'll see after I did all my painting and assembled the plans, I just went ahead and clear taped with just some packing tape I get from the dollar store. And then I also used some scotch tape, just regular scotch tape, and I clear tape everywhere I can put it. I mean, just apply clear tape anywhere you can get it on there. Here you'll see I got clear tape running the length of the fuselage. I got clear tape on the bottom of the wings, on the bottom here. I also applied clear tape on the inside of the wings and then up the wing struts. And again, that's after you already installed all your servos and all your electronics. The snow skis I made for this plane, I just cut them out of a plastic bleach bottle, in which you could actually use these plans for the skis to just make your if you're going to cut them out of a bleach bottle, you would make them the same size as what we got here. And all I did was, the bleach bottle was already round, and at the nose I just made a slice, folded it inward together, and then hot glued it so that we got some got a nice spot for the snow to run right underneath the snow ski. Again, you can make your skis out of whatever you want. I mean, you can even buy a set of skis at the hobby store if you wanted to just go that route. But I just made my own for this one. But these skis will also work just as well once you foam safe glue around them and paint them. They're all pretty much waterproof. So there we have it, guys. And again, make sure if you're going to paint your planes, you always paint them before you go applying all your clear tape. So you could paint everything. You could even, paint each piece individually before you even glue them together. I tend to go ahead and assemble a lot of my pieces, like the main fuselage pieces, and then I'll paint that whole piece with the tail and the rudder all on there. I'll just kind of do it in sections before I go installing them. Again, it's one fun biplane to fly. It works great in the snow. And once you got your motor on there and your battery, it'll pick up the tail just like that. Alright, I think that'll about wrap it up for this build. I'll probably just go ahead and shoot another video just to show you how I built my snow skis out of the plastic, which is pretty simple. I mean, you could use any plastic you want, just as long as you make the nose stick up like I got them here. Then again, when you install all your electronics, I always put all my receiver and my speed controller on this side of the plane. So if you're looking at the nose, it would be at the right side. And then for the counter rotation, for when your prop's spinning counterclockwise, your plane tends to want to pull to the right. So that's why I install my battery on this side. Adds a little more weight to this side of the plane. Here you can see how I got a rod connecting my ailerons. I'm only using one servo. One servo to control all that. Alright guys, I'll show you what I got in the works too. This is my next build I'll be doing. Some plans on this 3D plane. Guess it almost looks like an Edge 450 or something, but it's just something I drew up. I already started the plans here. But alright, I'll get back to you with some more builds. Stay tuned for some more plans, and over and out.